Tonight, the Lady Bearcats take on their neighbors to the north in an away game, the Western Hills Wolverines. That's next on Anderson County Sports TV. Today's game is brought to you by Jackie Nickel, Realtor with Century 21 Commonwealth Real Estate. Get your nickel's worth. Call Jackie Nickel. Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. And by Anderson Apothecary. The cure for the common drugstore. That's Anderson Apothecary. Welcome back, folks, to Western Hills High School. Tonight, the Lady Bearcats are riding a 12-game win streak. They're 21-4 on the year, and they've only got 3 games left. Their final home game will be on Friday. Of course, the Lady Bearcats are led by Jacqueline Rubel, averaging 14.5 points, and Lauren Boblet with 11 points. The Western Hills Wolverines are led by Alexis True, a senior, averaging 16.7 points per game and shooting 40% from beyond the arc. They also have Catherine Manjett at 9 points a game and Maddie LeCount at 8.4. We'll be back with the tip-off right after this on Anderson County Sports TV.
Century 21 is not an app. It's not a website. It's a team of actual humans. The best in the world at finding homes, selling homes, and making you feel at home. If you're not satisfied, we don't sleep. With all 4 J.D. Power Awards for customer satisfaction 3 years in a row. How many satisfaction awards do you have, Internet? We've got technology, but more importantly, we've got your back. Century 21.
Got a house to sell? Get your nickel's worth. Call Jackie Nickel at Century 21. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Western Hills High School. Anderson County against the Lady Wolverines of Western Hills, and we found out during the break that Lady Wolverines starting point guard and their leading scorer, Alexis True, is out sick tonight. So Western Hills will be struggling perhaps to find some offense tonight against the Lady Bearcats. Katie Redmond has the ball now. She gives it over to Maddie LeCount. LeCount's averages 8.4 points a game. Throws up a shot. Missed it, and this is Boblet with the rebound. Rubel goes down. Harley puts the shot up, but doesn't draw iron. Catherine Manjett with the rebound. Manjett wears number 14. She's a senior and is their leading rebounder, but only gets about 4.3 rebounds a game. She has 1 already. This is Redmond with it, guarded by Rubel. Gets it over to LeCount, guarded by Boblet. Back over to Redmond. Like the Bearcats are in a 3-2 zone. Redmond over to Montana Moravchik, gets it inside to LeCount, but then we got 3 seconds on number 50 for Western Hills. That's Shelby Dews. Little backcourt pressure here. Taylor Harley gives the ball off to Riley, Tiffany Riley. She gives it over to Jackie Chesser. See Boblet in the corner. She can hit from there, but she misses the 3. Rubel tracks it down for the Lady Bearcats. Reverse layup. Draws iron, but the Wolverines come away with it. LeCount has the basketball. Riley comes out on her. Manjett with it right now, hounded by Taylor Harley. Almost threw it away, but the Wolverines pick it up. Moravchik hits the 3. And the Wolverines are the first on the scoreboard, leading 3-0 here in the early going of the first quarter. Rupel to Harley. Wolverines appear to be running a triangle, or it's not a triangle in two, but rather a diamond in one. They've got a chaser on Rupel everywhere she goes. Boblet puts it in, though, and draws the foul. That's going to go on Shelby Dews. And Boblet completes the three-point play. Bearcats come out with a 1-2-2 press. It's knocked away and unfortunately out of bounds. Taylor Harley, the last to touch it for the Lady Bearcats. Magid will inbound for Western Hills. It's tied at 3 with 5:25 left to go in the first. Redmond over to Moravcik, down low to Magid. She got loose, missed the shot, but drew the foul. I think that's going to go on Rupel. And it does, so Catherine Magid will be shooting 2. And we'll have our first sub into the game here shortly. After Catherine gets done with his first free throw, it's up and too strong. Kennedy Williams, number 22, comes into the game for Shelby Dews. Dews, the tallest player Western Hills has, and Williams probably next in line, but Magid hits that one. Western Hills overall, however, is a very short team. Short but scrappy. Harley looks to Boblet, kind of telegraphs that pass, and Williams gets her hands on it. Harley winds up with it. Draws the foul. I think that'll be on the floor. And it will be. So Rupel will inbound. Gets to Boblet. This is Chesser with it now. Back to Boblet. Her shot is up, no good, and Magid with another rebound for the Wolverines. The count has it, and the Wolverines have a 1-point lead, 4-3. Moravcik goes baseline, loses the handle. Magid picks it up. They kick it back out to Katie Redmond. Montana Moravcik for another 3, and she hits it. That's 2 threes she's hit already tonight. And they lead 7-3 over the Lady Bearcats. And this is Taylor Harley, and she will answer with a three-pointer. 7-6. Bearcats down by 1. And we have a travel call against Catherine Magid, and we have our first sub in the game for the Bearcats. Sophie Smith checks in, and I think it was Riley that went to the bench. Katie Redmond comes out for Western Hills, and Kellen Kilgore, a sophomore, comes in. Montana Moravcik is guarding Rupel everywhere she goes, hounding her. This is Boblet with the basketball, and they get it over to Rupel, but loses the handle. Boblet with it now to Chesser. They're looking to Rupel, but Moravcik playing good defense on her, and Harley puts up another 3. It's no good, and Magid gets another rebound for Western Hills. They lead by 1, 3:40 left to go here in the first. That's Williams. Her shot is up, no good. She gets her own rebound and somehow manages to get it out to Kilgore. And now LeCount with it, tries to throw it inside, but Rupel picks it off for Anderson County. She's going to take it, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Chesser, she puts it in. Bearcats with their first lead, 8-7. Bearcats selling in now to a 2-3 zone. Moravcik Thought about a three. Gets Chesser to commit. Puts a shot up. It's blocked by Boblet, but I think Smith will be called for the foul. That is against Sophie. Riley comes back into the game. Chesser takes his seat. Satterley comes in, and Rubel takes a break. Let's see if Wolverines change their defense when they come back on the other end of the floor. Three-pointer up, no good. Magid with it, but she'll be a jump ball. Coach Moravcik tried to call a timeout, but couldn't get it in time. Jump ball, possession points to Anderson County. Also back, or not back into the game, but into the game for Western Hills is number 5, Brianna Winkfield. And they look like now the Wolverines are playing a 2-1-2 zone. Boblet over to Harley. She goes baseline, puts a nice move on Williams. Gets to the hole and is fouled by Magid. I think that'll be her first. That's the third foul, I believe, on Western Hills. Harley's first free throw is up and good. And now the Lady Bearcats lead by 2 as Boblet takes a seat and Chesser comes back in. And Montana Moravcik comes back in for Western Hills as Kilgore sits down. Now you may think that Brandon Moravcik and Montana Moravcik are father-daughter. And given the uncommonality of that name around these parts, that'd be a reasonable assumption. But no, they're not. Actually, they are brother-sister. And Brandon Moravcik calls timeout right before his player was to be fouled. So we'll take a timeout as well. It's 10-7. Bearcats on top with. Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127. All right, 2:13 remaining in the first. 10-7 is your score. Bearcats playing a man-to-man now. I thought, no, they fall back into a 2-3 zone. Manage it with the basketball. She'll drive on Harley. Takes it inside, draws the foul. Missed the shot, however. I think that'll go on Chesser. It's her first, team third. Manjit will shoot 2 free throws here. First one is too strong. Dews comes back into the game, replacing Williams. And Redmond comes back into the game, replacing Winkfield. And that free throw is good for Manjit. And Jacqueline Rubel comes in. She'll be replacing Taylor Harley, and the Wolverines go right back to having a chaser on Jacqueline Rubel wherever she goes. So we've got Smith running the point to get a little pressure off of Rubel, perhaps. Pass to Riley in the corner. Satterley to Smith. She'll spot up for a 3, and it's in there. 13-8 now. Bearcats lead. Manjit gets the Wolverines through the press as Moravcik hits a long 2. I believe Montana has all of the Wolverine points. No, I'm sorry. She has 8 of the 10. Because Manjit hit a free throw and somebody else must hit a free throw as well. That three-pointer is no good, but Riley tracks it down for the Bearcats. They go inside to Chesser, kicks it out to Smith. She drives on Dews, puts up a shot, no good, but Shelby will commit the foul. That'll be 2 on Shelby Dews. And the 4th team foul. as Sophie Smith will go to the line. 13-10 is your score. Under a minute to play, 55.8 seconds here in the first. Her shot is up and good, and Taylor Harley checks in, giving Rachel Satterley a breather. Sophie's second shot rolls in there. Sophie just a freshman, but she's averaging 8.6 points a game for the Lady Bearcats, and I think she's going to commit a foul right there. That'll be the fourth team foul. She comes out as Satterley comes back in. Satterley also a freshman for the Lady Bearcats. Right now they have one senior, one junior, and three freshmen on the floor, I believe. Actually, Chesser's an eighth grader. 30 seconds to play. 15-10 is the score. Bearcats on top. Moravcik goes to Dews. Brubel swats it out, but it's picked up. Harley taps it ahead, but into the arms of Redmond. 15 seconds. Over to Manjit. Saved there by the Wolverines. We're at 5 seconds. Redmond goes up. That's going to be a jump ball. Yes, good play by Rachel Satterley. That was a good call. Wolverine fans may not like it so much, but that was a good call. Moravcik with 3.3 seconds looks to get it in. And unfortunately, if that ball isn't touched, Harley has it with 3 seconds, puts it up at the end. So, at the end of the one, Anderson County leads the Wolverines 17-10 here on Anderson County Sports TV. Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Second quarter underway. Rubel gets it to Riley. Back to Harley, to Boblet. She thought about a three. Drives instead, puts up a shot, and it's good. 19-10. Manjit will shoot a three. It's no good. Harley with the rebound. 3 on 2. She'll take it all the way, and they're going to call her with a charging foul. Not exactly sure I agree with that, but Taylor picks up a charge about every game. A play like that will happen, and she just kind of grazed her shoulder, but the refs have different angles, and I don't want to be a ref. They got a hard job. I don't want to do it. Redmond to Manjit. Pass awful low, but Catherine's able to pick it up. Williams has it. Over to Redmond. She'll try a three, and she will hit it. 19-13. Riley to Harley. And Boblet shoots a three. It's going to be strong, and Redmond, who I think is the smallest player on the floor, gets the rebound. Manjit to Williams. They get inside to Manjit. She puts it up and in. And Coach Clay Birdwhistle calls a timeout. We will take it as well. 19-15 with 6:40 left to go until half right here on Anderson County Sports TV. Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127. There you see Montana Moravcik in the frame, and she guards Jacqueline Rubel.
As my old basketball coach used to say, stay with them like stink on poop. Although that wasn't exactly the words he used. Get it inside the Boblet. She puts it up, gets the kind roll. 21-15 now. 6:20 left to go until halftime. Williams walked, then no call, but took 2 steps clearly. Redmond, she'll fire a 3 again, and this one's short. Boblet goes for the rebound. Rubel with the basketball now for Anderson County. She takes it down and draws the foul. Not sure about that one. I thought Kennedy Williams had a pretty clean touch on that one. Rubel, the junior, missed her first free throw. That is a rare occurrence. I don't have the stats on her free throw percentage, but she is one of the better ones for the Bearcats. Second free throw is up and good, although her free throw is a little flat, but it goes in most of the time, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Boblet almost picked that off, but Moravcik is able to get it. Makes a nice pass over to Manjit. Her shot's too strong. She gets the rebound and is tied up by Rachel Satterley. Western Hills will keep possession, but you can tell Catherine Manjit a little frustrated that she missed the shot, I believe. Montana Moravcik will inbound the basketball. 22-15, 5:42 left to go. Manjit over to LeCounte. To Kilgore, to Manjit at the elbow. Moravcik thought about it, but elects to pass instead. LeCounte has been relatively silent this game. She is their second leading scorer. Oh, excuse me, third. Manjit actually puts in 9 points a game. Shot is up. Won't fall. Chesser got a hand on it but couldn't corral it. And LeCounte winds up with it. Over to Williams. Inside the Manjit. Double team. Spits it out to Moravcik. That's a little short. Tiffany Riley with the rebound. Gets it ahead to Harley. Harley, had she seen Boblet a little bit earlier, I think she would have had it. Oh, they're going to say it was off Boblet. I thought actually that Kilgore got her hand in there. But 44 left to go in the second quarter. Brianna Winkfield with the basketball for Western Hills. Over to Manjit. Anderson County pressing the entire time, but Western Hills doing a fairly good job at the moment against their press. Riley commits the foul. That's going to be her first with the team's 6th. They get it inside to Williams, puts a hook shot up, but Bobbitt knocks it out of there. Harley steals the ball, and I'm surprised there's no foul. A little kind of a rough play. Manjit goes out of the game. Coach Birdwhistle kind of giving the officials, like, how can that be? That they get the ball. But Taylor Harley, as soon as it happened, she turned around and went back to play defense. So that's kind of a dead giveaway. Pass over Bobbitt, and then, oh, they call Riley for the foul on the block. 4:07 left to go here in the first half as Montana Moravcik goes to the line. She'll be shooting 2. That one falls in. Manget's break was brief. She goes in for Williams. Riley sets down, and we're going to see in the game for the first time junior Taylor Brown wearing number 45 for the Lady Bearcats. Moravcik's second free throw a little strong. Bobbitt has the rebound. Rubel gets it over to Smith. Harley goes baseline. Almost lost the handle. Bobbitt picks up the trash and gets fouled. She'll go to the line for the and one. And she gets the three-point play, 25-16. Harley knocks it away, puts it up, draws a foul, but no call. And you can hear the Bearcat fans like screaming over here. Harley knocks it away. Rubel has it. Double teamed. Montana Moravcik steals it away. I'm not sure what the call is here. So I think Harley fouled somebody in the backcourt. Perhaps, well, I'm sure it is. It's on the scoreboard. But the thing is they had a wide open. That was actually kind of a smart play because the Wolverines had a wide open layup, and that actually stopped the play. And now the Wolverines will have to earn it from the free throw line. And unfortunately for Western Hills, Katie missed the first one. That foul was away from the ball, and Katie missed them both. And I guess they're going to say that was an intentional foul, or I don't think it was a technical foul, because if that's the case, Taylor would have 3 fouls on her. But Wingfield will shoot the 3. It's no good. Taylor Brown comes away with it and tries to get it to Rubel, and Wingfield in there knocks it away. It'll be Bearcat basketball with 3:19. And we have Riley checking in. She's going to go in for Brown, and we also have Sophie Smith into the game. I didn't see who Sophie went in for. Rubel gets it to Bobbitt. Rubel double teamed back there. Will take it all the way to the bucket. No good. Gets a rebound, puts it up, and it falls in. 11-point lead now for the Lady Bearcats, 27-16. 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. This is Wingfield. Gets it into Manget. Back to Wingfield. Through the legs of LeCount, and surprised there wasn't a jump ball called there, and Redmond calls timeout. We'll take it with them. 27-16 is your score. 2:43 left to go in the first half right here on Anderson County Sports TV.
Century 21 is not an app. It's not a website. It's a team of actual humans. The best in the world at finding homes, selling homes, and making you feel at home. If you're not satisfied, we don't sleep. With all 4 J.D. Power Awards for customer satisfaction, 3 years in a row. How many satisfaction awards do you have, Internet? We've got technology, but more importantly, we've got your back. Century 21.
Got a house to sell? Get your nickel's worth. Call Jackie Nickel at Century 21.
Montana Moravcik will inbound the ball for Western Hills. Gets it into Redmond. To LeCount. Back to Redmond, back to LeCount. And I think right now the Lady Bearcats have decided, well, I thought they were man-to-man, but no, they're still in that 2-3 zone. This is LeCount with it. She's just a sophomore. To Redmond, she'll shoot the three. She can hit from there, but she doesn't this time. Bobbitt with the rebound and had Taylor Brown wide open down here. And Moravcik is going to be called for the personal foul. And it looks like Rubel will be going to the line, shooting 1 and a bonus. That's the 7th team foul against Wolverines. The Bearcats have 8 team fouls, so both teams are now in the 1-and-1 as Rubel's first free throw is up and good. And Shelby Dews comes into the game, replacing Katie Redmond. Junior for junior. Rubel's second free throw also good, and Chesser comes in, replacing Smith. Chesser, the 8th grader. Smith, one of the freshmen. Bearcats only have one senior on this team. That's Taylor Harley. They're pretty good right now, and next year they could be deadly. Although Taylor Harley is a starter and a pretty good player, and they're going to miss her for sure next year. Western Hills just content to dribble the ball out there, down by 13. I'm a little surprised by that. Moravcik thought about a three. Gets it over to Kilgore, back to Moravcik, and back to Kilgore. This is Taylor Brown out on her, and Brown playing very aggressive defense. But they go to Manjit in the lane. She walked, no call. Boblet has it, and Manjit pushes her. And Boblet will now go to the line shooting 1 and a bonus. That's 2 on Catherine Manjit. I believe that's the 8th team foul. And she hits it. 30-16. This game was fairly close earlier, but the Bearcats have opened it up a little bit here as of late. That's LeCount with it. They have a 3-2 zone, Anderson County does, and that should be awful close to 5 seconds, and it is. You can't really blame LeCount for that. I don't think her teammates were helping her out by moving very much. They get the ball into Rubel. Taylor Brown came up to help out, but they didn't need her after all. You get it over to Taylor. Looking to pass. Ooh, that was dangerous. That was to Chesser. Over to Brown. To Satterley. Chesser knocked down low, no call. And we've got Moravcik again with a foul as Rubel hits the deck. And that'll send her to the line. Shooting 1 and a bonus. And that should be the 9th team foul now on the Wolverines as Jacqueline's first free throw hits the front of the rim but sneaks in there. 31-16. Kennedy Williams checks in for Moravcik. She's got 2 personals on her, and Jacqueline hits the second one. It's 32-16 with 42 seconds left. And Taylor Brown called for the personal foul there. And Manjit will go to the line. That's the team 9th. foul, so still 1-1 here for Western Hills. And I think Katie Redmond will check in for Magid if she hits both free throws. She hits the first, 32-17, with 40 seconds exactly left here in the first half. Second free throw up and good as well. And she will go out as Redmond comes back in. Magid plays really tough. She is not all that tall, maybe 5'6", but she plays much bigger. Hustles. Taylor Brown with it to Rubel for three. No good. Redmond tracks it down. We're at 25 seconds. 32-18, Bearcat lead. Redmond really the only three-point threat. As Dews makes a nice move, but unable to hit it. Rubel is going to be fouled this time by Kilgore, and she'll go to the line shooting 2, I believe, with 5.2 seconds left in the first half. First one is up and good. And the second shot is as well. 34-18. Redmond with it over to the count. Tries to get it down to Williams. Unable to do so. Time expires, and the Bearcats head to the locker room with a 16-point lead, 34-18 here on Anderson County Sports TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Century 21 is not an app. It's not a website. It's a team of actual humans. The best in the world at finding homes, selling homes, and making you feel at home. If you're not satisfied, we don't sleep. With all 4 J.D. Power Awards for customer satisfaction, 3 years in a row. How many satisfaction awards do you have, Internet? We've got technology, but more importantly, we've got your back. Century 21.
Got a house to sell? Get your nickel's worth. Call Jackie Nickel at Century 21. Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127. Welcome back, folks, to the second half. The Bearcats lead 34-18, and they have the ball at the moment. Some first half stats for you as Riley puts up a 2-pointer, no good. Magid tracks it down. For the Wolverines, their leading scorer was Moravchek with 9. She's having a really good game so far. She got 9 points and has played pretty good defense as the chaser on Jacqueline Rubel. Magid has 6 and Redmond has 3. For the Bearcats, Jackie Chesser with 2, Taylor Harley with 7, Sophie Smith with 5, Rubel has 9 points, and Boblet leads all scorers right now with 11. Pass ahead to Rubel, puts up the shot at good. May have been fouled on the play by Redmond, but no call. And the Bearcats in their 1-2-2 zone press. Riley out top. Home to Moravchek, and now to LeCount. LeCount did not score in that first half. Kind of surprising since she is third in the team with 8.4 points a game. Boblet with the rebound. Gives it over to Rubel. Baseball pass ahead to Harley.
She puts it up and in, and it's now 38-18, 20-point lead here for Anderson County. This is the last Bearcat tune-up before they play a very tough male team, Louisville Male, in their final away game before the season ends. And of course, they have senior night coming up on Friday. Now LeCount shoots it and hits a three. Her first points of the game. 38-21. 6:05 in the third quarter. Rubel tries a three and hits it. And they didn't have Moravchik on her at that point. I think the Wolverines maybe have changed their defense a little bit. And perhaps the reason that LeCount is not scoring as much is that she's had to handle the point guard duties. Redmond with the three there. I think that was just a little bit out of her range. And Riley dribbled that ball a little bit too high and got above her shoulder and kind of behind her a little bit. And she's called for the carry. 41-21 as Dews comes out of the game. And Kennedy Williams comes in for the Wolverines. Look out to Redmond over to Williams. Bearcats in that 2-3 zone. I think they've been playing that 2-3 zone almost all night long. They went to a 3-2 zone. Good job by Taylor Harley to whack it away. Over to Rubel, back to Riley. She puts it up, oh, but it won't go. And Redmond commits the personal foul. Tiffany will go to the line, shooting two, and we've got Kellen Kilgore up off the bench for the Wolverines. My guess is she'll come in just as soon as this first free throw takes place. Tiffany's first shot is good. 42-21, Redmond goes out. 5:15 left in the third. Second free throw bounces out. Moravchik, one of the seniors, has the ball. Gets it over to Kilgore, a sophomore, to Williams, a junior, and she gets it out to Moravchik. Moravchik over to Kilgore, a sophomore. LeCount working on Raleigh there a little bit, but gives it up. Moravchik shoots the three. It's a little short. Nice rebound, though, by LeCount. Nobody blocked her out, and she puts it up and in. 42-23 here. No, they still have Montana guarding Rubel everywhere she goes. Maybe she got picked the last time that Rubel hit a three. Hardy takes it in, draws the foul. That's on Maddie LeCount, and that's her third. I think she's the first player on either team to get 3 fouls. And we have a timeout called, and we will take it as well. 4:15 left in the third. Anderson County 42, Western Hills 23.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
That was the second team foul against the Wolverines this half. So Lady Bearcats have it underneath their basket. Boblet with it, kicks it out to Smith. She'll shoot the three. It's a little short. Chesser almost had the rebound, but couldn't keep control. LeCount over to Moravchik, and she was running before she caught the ball, and she literally took her eye off the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Harley to Boblet. Back to Harley. Back to Boblet. And she gets the nice roll there. Little scoop shot. 44-23. Anderson County has led by a lot since the middle of the second quarter, and that one also got past Moravcik, but she's able to recover. Three-point attempt too strong. Harley gets the rebound, and we have a foul. And I think that's going to go against the count, and that is her fourth. And if she comes out, I don't know who they're going to get to run the point. But she stays in there. Wingfield comes off the bench. To Boblet, to Harley. She'll shoot the three, and it's good. 47-23. 3:05 left to go in the third period. Kilgore walks it up. Moravcik with it. And that ball was slapped away, but Wolverines managed to recover. Taylor Harley has active hands. The last game the Bearcats played, as we've got a foul there. I think that's going to go on Moravcik. I think that'll be her third. But the Bearcats last game, they played excellent defense. The best defense I've seen them play all year. And they're not doing too bad here tonight on the defensive effort. They let Moravcik get open for a couple of threes in the first quarter. But since then, they've done a really good job extending the defense when they needed to. Boblet just missed the shot. Had a nice move and just missed the shot. And that's going to be off of Smith. It'll be Wolverine basketball, trailing by 24. They only have 23 points. 2:10 left to go in the third as Wingfield brings it up. The count came out of the game at some point there. Wingfield, and if I were the Bearcats, I would just sit back there. Sit back there. If they're not going to bring it to you down by 24 points, I would just sit back there. Three-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Rubel, throws it ahead to Harley. Nice baseball pass as Harley lays it up and in. 49-23. 1:30 left to go in the third. Manjit gets it over to Moravcik. She shoots the three, and it's good. Harley a little bit late getting over there to cover her that time. 49-26 to Boblet from the free throw line. Puts it up and in. 51-26. 1:10 left to go here in the third quarter. Brianna Wingfield over to Catherine Manjit to Montana Moravcik. To Wingfield, back to Moravcik. Harley got a little piece of that pass. And another three-point attempt, but that one too far out. Williams did a good job blocking out Boblet, but Boblet able to block her shot anyway. Sophie Smith with it. She runs down to Rubel. Smith into the lane, puts up a runner. It's good. 53-26. 33 seconds left to go in the third. Wolverines holding for the last second shot here. We're at 15 seconds. Over to Manjit at 11. Moravcik shoots the three. That one's a little bit off the mark. Rubel comes down with it at 6 seconds. She's going to take off. Gives it over in the corner to Harley. Harley shoots it at the buzzer, and it's good. Good execution and use of the clock by the Anderson County Lady Bearcats. They lead 56-26. 1 quarter to go here on Anderson County Sports TV.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary.
the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127. The fourth quarter about ready to get underway. If the Bearcats can score 5 more points, we'll have a running clock here in the fourth, and I'm afraid that might be the case here. This is Chesser over to Harley. She will shoot. Hits another three. And now it's a 33-point lead for the Lady Bearcats. Redmond with it over in the corner to Wingfield. To Redmond. Brodchek puts up a three. No good. Harley with the rebound. Sophie Smith with it now. Smith will stop. Goes down low. Puts a shot up and in. And that's it. That's 35 points. Now will the scorer realize that it's 35 points, and will they leave the clock running or no? Of course it's going to run now. The ball's in play, but we'll see. 7 minutes to go in the game. 61-26 is your score. Wingfield with it. She gets it out to LeCount. LeCount has the 4 fouls on her. Over to Redmond. Back to LeCount. Robchek goes baseline. She puts up a shot, draws the foul, and it falls in, but the clock actually stopped. So they're not going to have the running clock, at least while they're shooting free throws, apparently. And Montana is able to get the 3-point play. Over in the corner to Harley. Smith penetrates, puts up the runner, no good. And that's going to be out off of Smith, and it'll be Wolverine basketball. (61-29), 6:15 left to go in the game. We might see some, as Manjit goes up, she's going to be fouled. That could go against Chesser or somebody else. It goes against Chesser. We could see some new faces on both teams come in here in a couple of minutes. Manjit goes to the line, hits the first free throw. Harley comes out of the game, and Taylor Brown comes back in. My guess is we may not see Harley anymore this game. Manjit hits them both. Other than junior Taylor Brown, the Bearcats have freshmen and 8th graders in the game. Another running shot there. That's by Satterley, but she comes up short. Manjit to Moravcik. Back to Manjit. Nice give and go there. Nobody picked up Manjit after she made the pass, and she just kept going to the bucket. 61-33. This is Brown, and that's tipped off of Chesser's hands. Three-pointer is no good by Satterley. Manjit has it. She'll take it all the way. Puts it up and in. 61-35. And the Bearcats call timeout. We'll take it with them. 5:08 left in the game. 61-35 here on Anderson County Sports TV.
Century 21 is not an app. It's not a website. It's It's a team of actual humans, the best in the world at finding homes, selling homes, and making you feel at home. If you're not satisfied, we don't sleep. With all 4 J.D. Power Awards for customer satisfaction 3 years in a row. How many satisfaction awards do you have, Internet? We've got technology, but more importantly, we've got your back. Century 21.
Got a house to sell? Get your nickel's worth. Call Jackie Nickel at Century 21.
Shelby Dews back into the game for Western Hills here as we continue action in the fourth quarter. This is Jackie Chesser, the 8th grader. She has it almost stripped, but able to get it to Satterley. She'll back it out. Wolverines playing a 2-3 zone as well. To Riley. All the way across court. And stepping in there to steal it away is Maddie LeCount as the Bearcats kind of telegraphed their passes there. LeCount to Redmond to Moravcik. We get it to Dews, and Dews just bowls over Satterley, but no call there, and they just say it was out of bounds on Satterley. Man, that's a mismatch there if I ever saw one. Ball's on the ground, and I think it's going to be off of Manjit. She tipped it, hoping to get it to a teammate, but it goes out of bounds. 4:20 left to go in the game. 61-35 your score. Get it over to Chesser. Smith goes baseline, tried to pass it, but it's blocked, and Manjit picks it up for Western Hills. They're going to say Satterley bumped her. But that was pretty good defense, I thought. It's the team 3rd foul. That's the first foul on Satterley. And we have another Bearcat in the game seeing her first action, and that's Paige Serafini. Catherine Manjit hits a 3, 61-38. Serafini wears 14, and she also, I believe, is just an 8th grader. The starting point guard, and I think the leading scorer for the Anderson County Middle School team. Of course, the Serafini name rather popular here in the capital city. It used to be a drugstore downtown, Serafini Drugs. Brown with it, thought she might put it up, but she didn't. Chesser over to Brown, to Riley into Chesser. She had a wide open 10-footer, but she elects to pass it out. Serafini down low. We have another new face in there. I did not see Paige Smith come into the game. Paige is a sophomore, and she will go to the line. Trying to get her name in the record books. Free throw falls off. So close. Second free throw is up. It's going to be short. Manjit with the rebound for the Wolverines. And Smith is going to commit that personal as she sticks her hand in there. So she got in the record book after all. Commits a foul. Moravcik will inbound. 3:11 left to go in the game. 61-38 right now. Manjit puts up a shot. Thought Smith had her tied up, but she muscles it through. 61-40. Chesser Over to Riley, to Serafini, to Brown. Back to Serafini, but she kind of telegraphed that pass, in a double coverage. And she did a good job preventing the easy layup, because it was going to be a 2-point bucket. Otherwise, she's going to make Maddie LeCount earn those points from the free throw stripe. 61-41, back to a 20-point game as Riley comes out. And we have Anna Grace McGregor in there for Anderson County. She also is a sophomore. And the count cuts it down to 19, and Taylor Brown to Serafini, to Paige Smith. Smith trying to get it inside to Chesser, but it's knocked away, and here comes LeCount. Good defense by Paige. Serafini, that is, not to foul, and LeCount missed the shot. Brown to Chesser, to Serafini. She spots for three, and it's good. 64-42. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Robchek goes baseline, and Paige Smith cuts her off and knocks it out of bounds. And we have another sub in the game. Number 34, and here she is, Kinley Lucas. Kinley Lucas, an 8th grader. And I believe, with one exception, every Anderson County Bearcat player has played tonight. Magid puts up a 2, and it's good. Lucas back over to Serafini, 8th grader to 8th grader. We've got 3 8th graders and 2 sophomores into the game. Anna Grace to Chesser. Chesser puts up a shot, no good, but she will draw the foul on Kennedy Williams. That's going to be 3 on Kennedy. 1:19 left to go in the game, and Jackie will hit her first free throw, and we got a whole bunch of Wolverines coming in the game now. Kellen Kilgore comes back into the game. We have a number 11, which I don't have in my roster. Winkfield into the game. Olivia Turner, a freshman, into the game. And we have a number 20, which I don't have on my roster either. This is Winkfield. 66-44 is your score. 1:05 left to go in the contest. The Bearcats are going to increase to 22-4 on the season. And Western Hills will fall to 14-13. There's a 3-point attempt, no good. Anna Grace gets the rebound, and the nameless number 11 will commit the personal foul. And Anna Grace will go to the free throw line, shooting 1 and a bonus. It's up and it's good. A lot of promise here being shown for the Lady Bearcats' future. Hits them both. They're going to be a good ball club not only this year but for years to come. Wingfield has it. Get it over in the corner. Turner with it now. Olivia gets it to Brianna. And now a three-point is launched. No good. Chesser with the rebound. She'll bring it down with 20 seconds. Serafini has it. Gets it into Chesser. Chesser pushed, but they didn't call anything. And she will eventually shoot a shot that's short. 3 seconds. Wingfield launches a three-pointer. No good. And that is the game. The Bearcats will win again. They've got 2 games left in the regular season before they start district tournament action at Shelby County. I want to thank our sponsors, Jackie Nickel of Century 21, Anderson Apothecary, and Century Bank. And thank you for watching Anderson County Sports TV.